This increased funding for streets and roads is welcome news to many San Mateo citizens, as the city's roads are notoriously bad. City officials recognize this and have made streets and roads programs a priority. In recent months, the city has made considerable progress in certain areas. Take this neighborhood on West Hillsdale Boulevard, for instance. Here, curbs and gutters were repaired, asphalt relaid, and lane lines and crosswalks restriped. The main drag of El Camino Real was also recently renovated, but even then, it still needs further work.
We use our funding to try to maintain the streets that are in good condition. Some of these streets that are failed, it might be over $1 million a mile to actually reconstruct them, and we have about a $3 million program, so they just can't get there from here. So what every bit of money that we can use for paving is done is to try to make sure that the good streets don't get worse, and that we over time are able to chip away at the failed streets. We use a computerized pavement management program, so that program prioritizes the use of our funds.
Our roads are not in very good shape in many places, so if that's what's going to do the trick, $10 is a drop in the bucket, considering if I hit something, what it does to my car, considering that's a pretty big deal to have a crappy road to drive on, and it's just $10 a year, then I think that would be something that I do support, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to do it, just $10 like a year, just to repair roads, I mean, why not? It's only $10, so I'd be willing to do it. I mean, I don't think $10 is like a lot to be asking a year.
Sounds like a very reasonable amount, yeah, I think so. Unless I hear something that tells me they're already charging me X amount of dollars that I don't know about, and it's just another $10 on top of that. But just the idea of adding $10 doesn't seem to hurt, so for good roads, yeah.
However, one of the biggest concerns about the fee instated by County Measure M was that it would be overruled with the passage of Proposition 26. And sure enough, the proposition passed on November 2nd with 52.8% support. Proposition 26 will broaden the definition of taxes to include various fees, including those collected through County Measure M. According to San Mateo Assistant City Manager Matt Bronson, Measure M will have to be voted on again in 2011, this time requiring a 2/3 vote.
The proposition does not make any exemption for vehicle licensings at the local level. So based on the read that we've seen from the analyses, if both of them pass in November, then Measure M would have to go back to the ballot in a year, because this proposition, state proposition, also says that anything any measure that is in conflict with it has a 1-year sunset. 2/3 vote is not, it's difficult to do. And also the proposition in general just further erodes local revenue raising authority.
So as local government officials continue to contemplate the repercussions of the passages of both County Measure M and Proposition 26, one fact remains. The city of San Mateo needs to improve its roads.